In this video, I'm going to show you how to get the FRD and ZMA files. This took me a while to figure out, and I found a nice, easy way to do it. To begin, you're going to need a program called FP Graph Tracer. It's going to be down in the description below, and I'll show you how to use that program. So once you have your speaker driver of your choice selected, go to the manufacturer's website. In this case, it was SB Acoustics, and download this spec file for it. And you'll see the graphs there. Just open up that PDF, zoom that thing in, and center it on your screen. And if you are in Windows, you want to select Snipping Tool. Open up the Windows Snipping Tool, go into rectangle mode, and click on New. And just select the outside of that box. Make sure you get the whole box in there so you can use it in FP Graph Tracer. Once you got that, perfect. Then click on Save. And I'm just going to put this into my downloads folder, this screenshot, and we'll save it there. I've already got one saved, so I'm not going to duplicate, make a bunch of extra files. Anyway, so now you've got your screenshot, you can close that and open up the FP Graph Tracer program. So once you open up FP Graph Tracer, open that thing right up, go on to File, Open Image, and never mind my naming convention. And we'll take that tweeter file that we just saved, and we open that up here. And now the first thing you want to do is these lines here are your in and out ranges. So we want to move those to the start of the graph, the top, and get as exact as you can. On the top right here, you'll notice there's a super zoomed in view, which helps you pick out your lines in your graph as well. Drop that right onto the middle as best you can. Perfect. And we'll do the same for this puppy. This one's a little bit off. We'll tweak that up. Just because I have OCD. That's even worse. There we go. Then select the range. So the x-axis is 100. And it goes up to 40,000. So let's put that, make that 40,000. And the bottom on this axis is 40. And the top axis is 100. So that's kind of setting us up for the FRD file. The ZMA is for the ohms. We'll do that next. But I'll show you, the process is the same essentially. There, now we got our parameters set up. You go to anywhere on your blue line and try to select it in a multiple different places, and there's the magic spot for me. You can see it traced the whole blue line start to finish. Then all you gotta do is go File, Save Data, and you name it whatever you want. That's your FRD file. Once you got that saved, we're gonna do the same thing for the ZMA file. The only difference is we have to change the scale as well. So it's still from 100 to 40 hertz, so that's the same. But the bottom now here is 2, and the top range on this one is 18. So we got that saved there, and we're going to select this line. Oh, that's first time's a charm. That's a beauty. So that worked, and then you would save this to File, Save Data, and then you would just change it in the bottom to a ZMA file and save it there. You can name them whatever you want. If you name the two exactly the same name, when you open it up in Xsim, it's going to import the ZMA file automatically when you load up the FRD file. Okay, so this works 95% of the time. It'll pop these things in pretty good. Sometimes, however, you will just going to find you're going to be clicking on these lines to select, and it's just doing stuff like this. It's just not selecting. I mean, this one's working pretty good. But let's say for whatever reason it jumps off of here and follows this gray line instead. Let's take that screenshot file. I'll show you what you can do with it. Okay, so if you've got this thing and it's not cooperating for whatever reason, here's what you do. Move that file to your desktop. Right click on it and then open it with Paint. And just select the white brush. That's black. We don't want that. There we go. There we go. We got a white line. And then all you do is wherever your problem area is, zoom into that, and we'll get a bigger brush size here. But you can take, that's still too small. And you just take your brush, and wherever your problems are, where it's, the FP tracer is jumping off, you do that to it. Just clean it up so that it has no choice but to follow the line, kind of thing. Once you got that, save it, try FP tracer again, and I'm sure your problems will be solved. That's worked for me in all the occasions that I've tried so far. And as you can see with my speaker folder there, I've played with this an absolute ton. So that's how you get your PNG or your JPEG files cleaned up so your FP graph tracer is going to cooperate properly for you. Anyway, hope this tutorial was beneficial for you guys. If you want to see kind of how this speaker build turned out, that link is going to be up in the side here of me playing around with the crossover that I built, and get a chance to listen to the speaker in the back there that I put together myself.